This is a little tiny review video slash redirect video for Code Geass Season 2, Episodes 9, 10, and 11, a 3-episode reaction. Click in the link in the description below to go watch my reaction, and then come back here for a little review. I don't think I'm going to go too far in depth on a lot of things, but just, my thoughts and everything on these episodes, and where it might take in the future, and, theories and ideas and that kind of thing like that. So, click away now, or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Okay, so, very cool group episodes. We basically, we learned who's essentially was in charge of China and who's no longer in charge of China and who's now back in charge of China, all in these 3 episodes, which was really funny. I did call the eunuchs being like the ones ultimately in charge, but apparently she was still like in charge. They just kind of like weaseled their way into like knowing or having a blind spot in her kind of command, essentially of the country, whereas like she has like ultimately the final say, like whatever she says is law kind of thing, but like the politics side of things is where they handle things, and she's, I guess, allowed that to happen. So pretty much they're the ones in charge of all the politics, and politics is the majority of like being a leader of a country. So they have ultimate control of everything. Apparently the whole military too as well. Like they did not care about the empress. Sorry. Out of anything, like the warriors are like, they're like fire on the empress. They're like, yes sir. Like fire. Like if they really were for the empress and so on and so forth, they wouldn't be attacking the empress. But that kind of just shows the hand that the whole military was all about the eunuchs and not her. So she was the figurehead essentially, sadly. But it's all worked out now. The eunuchs are apparently all dead, and the power is now back into her control, with her knight in shining armor, essentially the samurai guy, who's apparently like this brilliant freaking tactician, not strategist but tactician, because he got the same tactics as Lelouch and predicted everything that he did. But he didn't have the strategy, or whatever to like overcome Lelouch's kind of like randomness, when it comes to Lelouch's kind of like plans, because Lelouch has plans on plans on plans on plans on plans, for like the he's got like a whole deck of trump cards kind of thing. He's kind of pulls one out and kind of tosses it out, whatever. Like, no one knew about this new like nightmare that he had, essentially. And then he's like, oh yeah, trump card, let's go. Kind of thing. And he essentially announced it to Britannian too as well, because they were there, they were watching. They saw the power and so on and so forth that he had. So that's pretty interesting. Also, I'm trying to think if we've seen the ship before, by the Black Knight ship, but I can't remember. I feel like they captured it or something like that, because they did. I don't think they built it. Maybe they did, or maybe they had somebody else build it for them, like the Chinese government or something like that, or whatever. Because I know Rakshata, she does a lot of stuff with the nightmares and everything, so I'm guessing that she helped create or at least modify the ship for their needs if they did capture it. I don't think they captured it. I'm trying to think, like, because like there's so much information in these shows like constantly thrown at you that you miss things sometimes. Like they just transitioned straight into like talking about V2 stuff and how the whole society thing works. So I'm just like, wait, hold on a second. Give me a break. Like throughout everything that's going on. So V2 is the now supreme leader of like the society or something like that. The leader that they've deemed leader. C2 was the leader but is no longer the leader now. And every new leader, they move the whole society, kind of thing. So I'm wondering if like the whole place that they live in literally moves, kind of thing, or do they just pick up and leave and go somewhere else, or teleports away or something like that. But knowing how freaking code works and everything, I don't doubt the abilities that could teleport crap. But then we have the one guy, freaking, what was his name? I can't remember his name. I can't remember his nickname. That, like, the stupid nickname that Zero gave him that, like, stuck with him. Orange? I think it was Orange. It was something like, I can't remember. It was something like that. He's now, like, a supreme being, apparently. But not quite right yet. I mean, I know his nightmare was, like, very, very OP. But I'm wondering, like, there's no doubt he's gonna show up again with the same nightmare, but just, like, upgraded, kind of thing. But yeah, very interesting group of episodes for sure. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do now with China. Now that effectively Lelouch has conquered China, like he's kind of conquered China and then just kind of let them kind of lead themselves. So he's gonna use their information that they've learned to whittle down where the C world, or I guess in this term is V world, is like housed or hidden, in their country somewhere. So yeah, very, very interesting. I don't think there's anything more to me. I mean, I'm probably missing a bunch of like kind of plot twist stuff here and there. But again, like they throw out so much information at you at once and expect you to remember every little detail. So forgive me for misremembering something or overlooking something or anything. I can only process so much at one time, and especially with this show when there's like so much information that, I mean, sometimes it's like it's not right. Sometimes it's just like little background kind of fluff information that you don't really care about, or it's not ultimately needed to remember every word that they say. But then they kind of slip in these like full conversations where every single word they say is apparent and like super, super seriously like hardcore lore stuff, and you're just supposed to like switch between the two kind of states of like kind of listening and then kind of like whatever, and then just hardcore concentration the entire time, not talking, not listening to every single word they're saying, and like all that kind of stuff to get all the information. So apologies for not remembering details here and there, but I think I got the gist of it essentially. But I'm sure I'm sure Shino is going to give me the full kind of list thing of all the stuff that I missed, which I welcome, because again, I can't remember everything that happened the first time through, and most of you guys who've seen this series before, including Shino, he said this too as well, that he didn't get everything the first time through either. He had to kind of see it the second time or third time to kind of get everything. So expect the same with me. I'm not going to get everything the first time through, so apologies for that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week for 2 more episodes, 12 and 13, where we shall move on to bigger and better things, apparently. Also, yeah, we're not supposed to watch the opening. I guess it's a new opening and ending and so on and so forth. So, big things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for some more Code Geass. Take care, everybody.